So it happened again. I had a date cancel on me and we were...
And this isn't uncommon, guys. Guys are just, they're mucking these girls around. I honestly don't understand why it's so hard to get a date, she says. As a single mum, well, you might have to work out the disadvantages of being a single mum. Like I say in my video, I knew this was going to happen. Well, if you knew it was going to happen, why did you put yourself in that situation? I got a gut feeling a few days ago that this guy was going to stand me up. He told me he was bailing a few hours before our dinner tonight, but this is so disrespectful to my time as a single mum. It is. But don't worry, she's done this to men as well. She's not just the victim here. Could be karma, possibly is. This is one of 2 free weekends I have per month. And I could have made plans with friends. Instead, I'm going to stay home alone on a Saturday night again. Well, why is she on her own? It's perfectly fine if you don't want to date single mums, but please stop asking us out on dates only to be stood up or cancelled on last minute. I honestly don't know what else to say, or if other single parents are finding it just as difficult as I am to find quality people in dating after divorce. Let's see what she's got to say.
We're supposed to go out for dinner tonight as a single mom. So it's a few hours before the dinner. I get a Instagram message that he's not gonna be able to make it. He has to bail. This was a guy from my DMs and he's out of town. He said he was coming into town, wanted to take me out for dinner. I said sure, cleared my schedule, made sure that...
Okay, so these women hardly know these guys. They come in. These people have been ran through so many times. I mean, if we knew the body count of some of these people, no, it's not godly.
I used one of my 4 free nights a month to meet this guy. And the funny thing is that I knew this was gonna happen. I had a feeling a few days ago and told a few friends that this guy was gonna stand me up. So I guess at least he had the decency to send me a message and let me know that he wasn't gonna make it.
Okay, so a lot of these women don't even get messages. They don't get any responses. Some of the comments says, first date should always be a quick coffee. She says it could be, but I think the first date sets the tone for romance, which is why I prefer dinner after talking for a while. So she wants to get pumped and dumped straight after the dinner on the first date.
So it happened again. I get a Instagram message that he's not gonna be able to make it. He has to bail. This was a guy from my DMs and he's out of town. He said he was coming into town, wanted to take me out for dinner. I said sure, cleared my schedule, made sure that I used one of my 4 free nights a month to meet this guy. And the funny thing is that I knew this was gonna happen. I had a feeling a few days ago and told a few friends that this guy was gonna stand me up. So I guess at least he had the decency to send me a message and let me know that he wasn't gonna make it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think this guy had actually any intentions of coming to my city. I think it was all bullshit and I was just picking up on this really hardcore, but I can't even get a date. I literally cannot even get one date, get people to meet me. I don't understand what it is. I'm not on the dating apps, I'm trying to meet people in real life. Thought maybe I would try my DMs to see if that was an option, like my own personal dating app for all my social media. That's not working. What is it? Like, what am I not getting? What am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing?
This is the problem, you see. They've got no self-awareness. They've got no idea why this is happening. They're picking people way out of their league. These single mums want more than what they know they can handle. Obviously, they're not discerning who the people are that they're getting involved with. I got no sympathy for her because she's putting herself in this position.
Okay, as promised, for all two of you who wanted to hear the prison story first, here we go. It starts back in 2019. I had been out of my marital home for 10 months. I was living in an apartment. I was on dating apps. Please use this as a lesson and don't do anything that I did. It's not good. So I was on Plenty of Fish. Right, red flag, mistake number one. Alas, here we are. So on Plenty of Fish, I matched with someone and his pictures were cute. He just had 2 pictures. His bio was pretty straightforward. It was like, I have a daughter. I don't even remember, it's been so long, but it seemed okay. We start talking, we exchange phone numbers, and we're texting. It's going great. So I say, wonder when I'm gonna get to see you. And he just shuts it down and he's like, you know what, never mind, I can't give you what you're wanting. And I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean, give me what I want? Okay, sure. And he said, if I told you, you wouldn't want to talk to me anymore. And I am ever the supportive person and non-judgmental, and I'm like, try me. What could it possibly be? So he says, I am in jail. So I don't respond. My friend and I go shopping later, and he texts me and he says, see, I told you you would stop talking to me once I told you the reason. My friend was not agreeable to me talking to him, but I was like, I am an adult and I will do what I want. And if you're gonna tell me I'm not gonna do something, it's gonna make me want to do it anyway. Spoken like a
Okay,
child,
so she's a rebel, and that'll get her into trouble every time. And of course, she's attracted to the crim.
So I end up still texting him. We text for a little while, and yes, he has a phone in jail. We FaceTimed while he was in jail. I say jail, it's prison. Prison and jail are different. He was in prison. And so we texted, and he told me that he was in jail for a white-collar crime. So I'm thinking, okay, no big deal. He says he gets out in February. It is the end of November, beginning of December.
So let me just ask, would you entertain a criminal? A lot of women will. They love it. They love the mystery. They can't help themselves.
So
as a matter of fact, sorry guys, a lot of women will leave their husbands for these criminals. That's female nature.
Surely, I can wait a few months. What is a few months? Nothing. Okay, as promised.
Okay, so there's 5 parts to this story. We'll just jump straight to 5.
He's to tell me his side of the story. He claims that the company he worked for, the people that were above him were shady. They were in the mafia or some type of gang or something, and they owed people money. He said that 2 men broke into his house where he, his wife, and his child were, and
So he's married.
attempted a robbery of some sort, and in the process, his wife ended up getting unalived. I'm trying not to say the other word, unalived. Well,
Perfect story.
it turns out his side of the story was a lie also. Not shocking. So I told him, you are correct, I can no longer talk to you. And I blocked him and got rid of every number, contact, everything that I had of his. Never spoke to him again. But you bet your bottom dollar that I Googled him right after to get the real side of the story. You can bet your bottom dollar I Googled him right after that. So turns out he was arrested initially for making false statements and tampering with evidence. He eventually pled guilty to the crime, and in court, he had to describe what happened. Trigger warning, I'm going to use the best language that I can to make this app friendly. He had gotten into a marital disagreement with his wife and ended up knocking her on her noggin with the butt of a pew-pew, and freaked out because she, I guess, was unconscious or something like that. And so he tied some type of string around there and suspended her from the doorway to where her head wasn't resting on the floor, and it was far away enough from the floor to where she was suspended and essentially asphyxiated. I have no clue where he's at right now. I don't want to know. I don't care. This is, again, it's a lesson. Don't do it my way. In my periods of creativity, I was like, I want to be a writer. I don't, but I wrote a little article called Cell Block Tango, and I will link it above if anyone is interested in reading this saga. He then proceeds to tell me his side.
So, you don't even know if she's telling the truth. This is the sort of tomfoolery that you're dealing with these days, guys. Shocking. We'll finish with this one, guys. Same woman.
Here's the tiniest snippet of just a piece of what it's like dating in 2024. So I matched with someone on Bumble who was in travel mode. He lives in Maryland and I live in Georgia.
These are very convenient for these type of people, the long distance relationships, because you can hit and run.
He was very physically attractive and was semi-intriguing, so we exchanged numbers and started texting. Very soon into our conversation, I realized that this probably wasn't for me, but we kind of talked for maybe a week or so.
So even though she knew it wasn't for her, she continued.
After him not being inquisitive at all about me and getting very schmexual very quickly, which is not for me, I decided...
Oh, yes, it is.
Just not to talk to him. He really texted inconsistently, so it's not like he was missing any text messages for me, so I just kind of brushed it off and stopped talking. Homie was bored this week because he texted me almost every day. Baby, sweetheart, need you. Merry Christmas, sweetheart. I didn't reply because I don't know him. We don't have that kind of a rapport. But then he knew how to get my attention, and he said, rude, good luck with all that. Sir, help me understand, make it make sense. You don't reach out to me consistently. You don't try to get to know me. What do you want from me? Like, come on. I was like, I've been working. This isn't for me, whatever. And he goes, you've probably been with another man. Whether I was or was not with another man doesn't matter because we are not together, sir. I didn't have to explain myself, but I did. I said, I am very single and I've never met you. Then someone who feels like he can call me sweetheart, baby, blah, 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 said, as a Southern girl, I thought you'd be different. Guess I was wrong. If he knew me at all, he would know I am from Massachusetts. I am technically not Southern. But on a good note, he did pray for me and prayed that I treat the next man better than I treated him. So
it's a never-ending cycle of people that are just not right, isn't it? And they're never really going to get what they're looking for or what they want. It's not how it works out there on the carousel. Guys, just be careful what you're getting mixed up with. These people are getting pumped and dumped by who knows who, fly-by-nighters and all the rest of it. Stay Stay safe out there, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.